conversation. Nigeria is without doubt a global leader in cryptocurrency adoption for millions of young people and businesses within digital assets already an essential part of daily financial life. But while the market is moving at light speed, the law is still trying to catch up. We have a situation where the CBN, the SEC seem to have different views, creating a regulatory fog that leaves both investors and fintech companies in limbo. So we're cutting through the confusion now. We're asking most critical questions about the legal future of digital assets in Nigeria. Joining me for this conversation, we have Janet Temitope Wilade. She's a partner, Austin Peters & Co. Great to have you on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so, definitely, we're tracking cryptocurrency, digital assets for the longest time now. It's definitely not an easy side to, regulate. It's not an easy industry to regulate. It's not an easy market to actually regulate, because it's like money from the air, at this point. But from a legal standpoint, Nigeria currently, we have different definitions of cryptocurrency and, regulation. What do you think the regulators need to do at this point, to get it right, get that unified regulation, for this segment?
Okay. Currently, in our laws from the ISA 2025 as enacted by the Securities and Exchange Commission and frameworks developed by the SEC, the word cryptocurrency is currently not in any of the laws. What we have is digital assets. And that's what cryptocurrency is now referred to across many jurisdictions across the world. So what we have is digital assets. And it's just the SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission, that's provided for that. Most other agencies are silent when it comes to regulation for digital assets. The primary body currently is the Securities and Exchange Commission. But that being said, yes, digital assets are provided for, but most importantly, what is missing is blockchain. It's important to understand that digital assets is an offshoot of blockchain. Blockchain is more like the parent body for the technology. It's a distributed ledger technology. And that, as a whole, is not provided for. And what we've had is fragmentation of laws from, the SEC now provides for digital assets as security. The payment system aspect of digital assets, which ought to be, catered for by the CBN, is not provided for. Digital assets are payment instruments, and the NFIU is trying to make regulations to cover that in order to prevent, money laundering and terrorism finance. While these bodies are providing fragmented laws for digital assets and offshoot of blockchain, they are doing the right thing, but the fact remains, let's just see blockchain or digital assets, as an octopus with different tentacles. What we're having is, the different regulatory bodies, just pulling different tentacles, pulling and providing for different tentacles of this octopus, but the octopus itself, that's the parent body itself, is unprovided for. And if there is no harmonization of regulations, if the stakeholders and regulators don't come together and effectively provide for digital assets, for blockchain as a whole, we stand to stifle the development in the industry. We stand to, have capital flight where, Nigerians, young Nigerians that have waited so long for the development of the industry and not getting what they want, they tend to just, move on to other jurisdictions that have provided for these businesses and develop their businesses there.
Right. So, in your opinion, which institution, legally has primary jurisdiction over, I guess you said there's no crypto now, digital assets, in Nigeria? Is it the CBN? Yes. Is it the SEC? Is it NITA? If we're looking at it, from the crypto side of things, or is it a combination of all of them?
Okay, looking at currently, legally, the SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission, is the parent body, the regulator for, digital assets now. And it's applaudable that the SEC took that step to even allow digital assets in Nigeria. Prior to now, we've had a ban on crypto assets. So we can even now come out and talk or say, ask for further regulation because of what the SEC has done. And we're working with, currently with the Honorable Bamishile on that's the House of Rep committee. They had a committee that was set up for the investigation of crypto assets, adoption of crypto assets in Nigeria. And the committee has come together to see how beyond crypto assets, beyond digital assets, blockchain can be provided for as a whole. How stakeholders can come together from the CBN to provide for digital assets as payment system, to NITDA providing for it as a technology, to Securities and Exchange Commission still handling the securities aspect. We still have the issue of stable coins, and it's very important to understand that blockchain is a technology, primarily a technology. And just to help us understand what this is, it is a distributed ledger technology. It records transactions across many computers at once. What we are saying now is to ensure, transparency and immutability. So whatever we're doing, we're like 3 million on the network. Whatever transaction I do, 3 million of us, once it's done, we have it, we all know about it at once. It can be altered, it can be deleted. Now, this is a recording system. It's a technology that can be used for supply chains, for industries. Imagine having the entire petroleum industry on this platform, where from every single drop of oil that is drilled to the distribution can be tracked. Or going into businesses, this is a supply chain. It can be used as a supply chain. Now, we're also talking of the financial aspect. It's also a security tool for national security. Finances can be traced. You're not looking for anything. Blockchain, cuts out the intermediaries. What we are saying on the blockchain, for example, CBN, monies are issued to banks, banks to individuals. And it's whatever the banks report back to the CBN that we all take. But right now on the blockchain, what we stand to gain is this. Everything is transparent. You're cutting out the intermediaries. Every single transaction can be traced. So nobody is reporting back to anybody. So this is also a tracking system for finance, for security, we can use it for, anti-money laundering tracking and anti-terrorism finance tracking and all that. So a lot can be done. So you can't box this under one agency. Blockchain is bigger than, just saying it's securities. It's bigger than just saying it's a payment system. It's a technology. It's a tracking system. So what we are proposing is this, that let's have a council for the blockchain industry. Let there be a bill, a blockchain bill, covering every single aspect of blockchain, not just digital assets, but the technology as a whole, the payment system, the tokenization, the mining. Every aspect should be covered, the nodes, the infrastructure. No one is even talking of the infrastructure for the industry. That's the node. If you see what a node is, the node is less than half. I'll explain what a node is. It's less than half of your power bank. And a node can carry as high as uncountable Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. And when you can, go through immigrations, you can go through, security with just that node. Because even our security agencies are not aware of this. And you are there looking for, okay, how much are you declaring? But someone is passing with this equipment and is moving more than, unimaginable.
You can move like
$1 million
in a flash
simply
drive.
Because you don't know what it is. In a flash drive, so to say.
Right.
That's what it is like. So there is need for us to understand blockchain as a whole, the advantages, the disadvantages, and protect ourselves. And this can be done by boxing it under just one aspect or under just one agency. There's need to have a bill that brings together relevant agencies under a council where everyone can come together, with the operators, rub minds together, and cover for blockchain as a whole.
All right, thanks for that, Jenna. But, for our viewers on DSTV, we're joining live coverage now. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The event is the launch of the Gas Trading License, Clearinghouse, and Settlement Authorization. That's for our DSTV subscribers there. But all the viewers, you can follow the money right here on other platforms. All right. Thank you for breaking it down for us, Janet. But, at this point, I'm wondering, fine, we're trying to get, a unified law, for this technology and different aspects of it. And you did mention there's a risk of, if you don't have that clarity, in your country, most people that want to do business will take it to another country that has, clear laws, when it comes to cryptocurrency, blockchain, digital assets, and all of that. So what's the risk here, if you want to do it from another country, in your opinion?
First thing to think of is even data sovereignty. Now, for every time this industry is not regulated and Nigerians have to go out to other jurisdictions to operate on exchanges, what we have is data of Nigerians on these foreign exchanges. So we don't have data sovereignty. Our data is being moved outside our jurisdiction. This bets another problem where Nigerians are swindled and, some of these foreign exchanges fold up or monies get missing. We can't track them also because of jurisdictional issues. Now, before the police writes to this, there are instances of where monies have gone missing or cryptocurrencies have got missing, and the exchanges can't be held liable because they are outside our jurisdiction. Also, we risk capital flight, where monies from Nigeria is taken outside the country. There was an instance where one of the former CBN governors was shouting that certain amount should be in circulation, but, way less amount is being seen in circulation. And this can be understood. Nigeria is second in adoption worldwide for crypto assets. That simply means a lot of persons have invested, which means you've converted your fiat, you've gotten monies here, you've converted it into digital assets, and now these exchanges are not in Nigeria, they're outside exchanges we can't trace, and monies are in there beyond Nigeria's jurisdiction. That's, one of the other problems we're having. And most importantly, as long as there's no regulation, full regulation and licensing for genuine market operators, that's genuine exchanges in Nigeria.
Right.
The truth is then you cannot say these are the fraudulent ones because there will always be a mix-up. As far as, the security agencies are concerned, everyone will be seen as fraudulent or illegal simply because regulations have not provided adequately for them and adequate licensing for the genuine operators that wish to be licensed.
Fantastic. So much to unpack there. And, definitely since, this technology, most of us are still trying to, understand it, the financial part of it, the technology part of it. But at some point, I guess we'll all grasp it, at some point. Thank you so much. Janet Temitope Oyelade is a partner of St. Peter's & Co. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I guess the conversation,
Thank you.
Continues at this point. Thank you.